like farmland power lines at dusk, gentle clanking far away.
Hello everyone, I'm your host MX2, and in this video we'll be making a circular hole pattern with geometry nodes. In my studies of Dieter Rams, there's a pattern that comes up over and over again that he utilizes, and turning this into a split UV image editor, we'll be able to drag the image over, and here is the pattern. So we want to make that with geometry nodes. I stared at it for a good moment and was wondering how it could possibly be made. I've tried a series of ways and finally asked for a solution. So after testing it myself, I think it is quite acceptable. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just get in here. So with this cube, we're just going to cut that and start off by inserting a repeat. Repeat is a fun one, but also so is for each. And we want to bring in a mesh circle. Okay, I was misspelling it. It should have cut me some slack, to be honest. And let's put a join, and we will just connect the circle. And outside of iteration, we want to connect this to basically the radius. Maybe with a little bit of math to help it out. So we'll put math, multiply, and let's set ourselves up on the other side to see what's going on. We will give ourselves more than one iteration, and let's just connect them. So now we have circles that are growing out. So far so good. As far as the quantity of these go, we could start off trying something like iteration and then using like mathematics to improve it, and we see that that almost helps, except that we have a hard time starting ourselves off with 5 and then getting the numbers that we want to go all the way out. So we are going to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to select the beginning of this, press N, and we are going to add a input and call this value. Make sure that it is an integer under the repeat items. And from here, we want math add, but we want an integer add. So let's type in integer add, and basically every time the count goes through, we're going to add to it. So let's try something like 3. We'll plug it to the other side, and we'll bring this out and then connect this up. So we are definitely getting somewhere now. Let's give ourselves a good starting point. And so for our very first iteration, we are not giving this enough vertices, which is why we're getting this vertices must be at least 3. We will need to resolve that, in addition to the fact that there is a dot in the center. Also, to make this easier to see, let's go ahead and place let's try 2 points, mesh 2 points, vertices, and we see that there's nothing in the center. So we're going to need to basically add a switch, except we want to turn the switch into geometry. And I just realized that my keystrokes display isn't showing up, so let me press the button for that and see if we can get that thing present on screen. There we go. So far so good. And for this, we will use a mesh line. We'll use 1 point, and we'll give it a position of nowhere. So it's basically a single point in space, despite it being called a line. And we're going to come out of here, and we're just going to search for not. And when our iteration is not, it will just give us that point in the middle, basically resolving that issue. So 2 birds, 1 stone. So far, so good. We zoom out and we got a pretty sparse pattern happening, although it does resemble the one that we're going for. I don't know if I'll be able to get the exact pattern, but I think I'll be able to get something close enough for usage. From here, we want to, on points, and we'll just put in a mesh cylinder, We'll adjust the vertices to be something like 8. Adjust the radius. The depth. And so far, so good. Now it comes as just a matter of tweaking. I mean, we can also make this reusable, portable, and able to be customizable. So we do have our iterations where we're able to add on to it. However, I think we could have more happening with our point. So another node that I like to experiment with is power. We're going to take power, we're just going to interject it onto points, and we're just going to bring this up until we get something that looks a little bit better. So I'm going to go for something along the lines of 1.04, maybe 1.08, and let's see what it looks like without it. So we just have just a few more points, and let us iterate this out and multiply it to bring it in, so we have a tighter but denser circle. And I think with that we have the intended result. I would just stop and just count all of these on the circle, but that would actually take a longer time than anything else. So let's just call this circle array. I was about to call it circle time, but giving it a nonsense name will ensure that I never reuse this thing again, or will be able to recall it or remember what I did with it or any of that. I'll look at it someday in the future and be like, what happened on this day? I'll imagine that I had a hangover from day drinking. So now we want to expose some things before we wrap. I was about to just wrap right there. It just hits you in the gut, the urge to just end it all on a video, of course. We want to make sure that this doesn't go into a negative value, so maybe 5 is the max. So we can go down, we can come up, and probably 0.1. We could hide the value. Okay, that didn't hide the value like I thought it would. That'd be crazy. We can just have secret values on our nodes. But so far so good. So for this one, there's a range here, so we're going to map the range, and ooh, I pressed the wrong button, guys. Butterfingers. We're going to map from this min to that as a max, and then what we can do is give this an output and just go from 0 to 1. Alright, and 0 to 1 is from this. Okay, actually what we want is from this to that. So 0 to 1. Now we're safe. And then if we want to do some sort of iterations, let's go ahead and just plug that up. So we can choose how many iterations we want. And then if we want to play with our math here, we can. I've been reading a lot about colonization and subjugations of lesser territories. So let's see. We'll say 1.3 is the min. And that is the max. Alright, let's set that back to the default, but I still have the number on the clipboard. And we will plug this up. And now we have the ability to at least play with our multiples in a controlled way. We don't want to get too out of control with it. But now at least we can just reuse this in the case in which we'll need it. So since I already put cylinders on this, that means that it'll be easy for us to shade it smooth as long as we realize the instances at the end. If we don't realize the instances, then whenever we add smoothing, which what happened to this thing? There we go. So whenever we add smoothing, we want it to show up, except we did not get that happening here. It's because we're at 8. It's we'll do something like 16. And it's still not smooth. We're realizing this to actual geometry. And let's see why it's not smoothing. Alright, so at this moment in time, for us to get this to smooth right, we are going to set the faces smooth. So set smooth. And then we are going to run out of here. And I'm just going to shift click sharpen in order to put a smooth mod on it. If we take a look at this, we are now where we want to be. So to test this out, I'm just going to Alt VB or Alt VV in order to look at the viewport. And we're just going to choose a viewport. And jump back to shaded. We'll just bring in a cube, and for this cube we'll put a quick bevel on it, give it a few segments just so it looks good. And on this particular object I'm going to put an underscore on the modifier so it doesn't get sorted, and then by pressing Alt M and choosing just regular click on blank material, we can use the F9, and I'm going to hit it with the bevel shader. And let's RX90. We'll just connect this in the front and make a simple boolean. And with that, we're good to go. We could, of course, make the bevel mod work as well, but sometimes just going in classic cycles also suffices. So let's press Alt VV again. This time we're going to press R in order to make it the render scene as well. So we're basically taking the viewport render, making it the render. So whenever we jump into cycles, which right now we're in Eevee, let's actually set up cycles from the viewport. So whenever I jump back over, it just is dramatic. We'll press Alt V E in order to jump into HQ, and we see that there's always more work to be done. But let us jump over into the render itself, and we are good to go. So by the time that you are seeing this, there will already be an update resolving that bug that just showed up, but it just goes to show that our work is never done. But with that, we now have the holes that I was going for. So with that, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys. Let's actually give this 1024. Let's denoise it on, I don't know, 150. And we'll let that just play out. So on this computer, I'm using a 3060 because I wanted a cheaper power bill over having ultimate power. So, and also NVIDIA just wants more and more energy, and it's just getting problematic. So we just got to put our foot down. But we see that the result here definitely came out as good as it gets. So with that, I'll wrap up this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright, so HardOps has been updated to 26.1.2, and in this version, if you are working in Eevee, or if you're working in cycles, and you press Alt V and you go through Eevee LQ, HQ, or GPU HQ, there will no longer be an error whenever you're using 5.0. So that's been resolved and has been pushed to all the markets, but it just shows that we remain committed to keeping things working as they're supposed to. But errors do seemingly come out of nowhere, since Blender is, of course, ever changing, but it is one of the growing pains we have come to love as the spice of life. But with that, this video is ended, and I'm out of here.
Oh, like farmland power lines at dusk, gentle clanking far away.
It's strange what you notice when you've already exploded a few hundred times. I'm mid-blast again. That's how mornings happen now. Hammer in my hand like it grew there. Boiler popping me like punctuation. Boom. I reassemble politely like the universe apologized for the inconvenience. No fire left on me, just warmth like a kitchen you grew up in, that later turned out to be condemned. I start thinking, which is dangerous here. Think, boom, out, reflect, boom, wow, almost get it, boom, nope. Hell got jokes and they're timed out loud, boom, nope. Between detonations I notice details. The boiler isn't angry, it's tired. Old tech, rivets like wrinkles, steam sighing the way cattle do in winter. I wonder how I ended up maintaining it. The thought gets halfway formed, but bust flash a tie choking me respectfully. Boom, back again, hammer reset, memory politely escorted out. Boom, clipboard scratching, time card punch, shift change, overtime again. Brain doing parkour off half-truths, synapses slipping on boiler soot. Thoughts rhyme with rust, ideas combust. Every conclusion gets turned into steam-cut confetti. What? I start narrating myself like I'm onto something. Voice getting quicker, confidence fronting. Okay, so maybe this is boom, never mind, I'm soup. The explosions comedic like a rim shot from God. Timing so perfect, it feels rehearsed, like Satan's running improv and I'm the prop. After a while, the pain stops being pain, it becomes information. I notice the room is bigger than before, or maybe I'm smaller, hard to tell after being atomized like a punchline that offended the universe. I hear other boilers now distant, living it communal like a town, breathing in sync. The thought almost completes. Boom, oh you thought, boom, you knew, boom, you close, boom, boom, they don't let insight land. Boom, boom. There's a pause, a mercy beat. I look up, the room stretches in the distance, the way cornfields do. Boiler after boiler after boiler, neatly spaced, lovingly maintained. Demons work them calmly, no screaming, no change, just labor. Some whistle, some complain about management. Some look at me with sympathy, the way neighbors do. When you finally figure out you're not moving away above it all, a presence observing, not cruel, just entertained. Like a man watching ants discover magnifying glass optics. I start laughing, which is apparently my cue. The hammer jumps back into my hands like it missed me. Steam flexes, the boiler waits. I get it now. Hell ain't fire, it's almost mean to stand and then being interrupted for sport. I swing knowing exactly what'll happen. Clang, the boiler explodes like it's proud of itself. Metal shreds reality, I vanish mid-laugh. We form clock punch, distant laughter please but civil. Like farmland caravans. It's strange what you get used to. It's strange what you get used to. No. Like farmland power lines at dusk. It's strange what you get used to. It's strange what you get used to. Like farmland dust.